Hi, I'm Shane, one of the optometrists at Capital Eye in Barton. Now, you might think that an optometrist just gives you glasses, but I'm here today to show you that there's actually more to it than that. Every day you're in the sun, you look at a screen of some kind, and you eat. All of these things have a profound effect not just on you, but on the health of your eyes. I'd like to share with you today what I've learned during the past 17 years so that you can see the world clearly and at its best. I'd like to begin by introducing our friend Jane and asking you all a question, and that is, which is Jane's unhealthy eye? So please take a moment to take a look at this slide and see which of you can spot which is the unhealthy eye. Well, if Jane's healthy eye looks the same as her unhealthy eye, how can we actually spot the difference? Listen in and I'll show you some ways to take better care of your eyes so you won't have to worry about which is which. Here's a fact. We as a nation rate our sight as our most precious sense. 86% of Australians rated sight loss as their #1 health concern. So how can it be that 4 million of us have not had our eyes tested recently and a further 1 million have never had an eye exam? Let's try it out here in this space. Who here in the audience has had an eye exam in the last 2 years? Anyone? Oh, good, very good. How about in the last 1 year? Okay, very good. Who's never had an eye exam? Anyone? Anyone brave enough? This is a good group that we're speaking with. Excellent. So there are a number of ways that we can take better care of our eyes, and I'd like to share with you some very simple tips so you can make the most of your vision. So today we'll be looking at ways to take care of your eyes from the outside, sun protection, blue light control, eye hygiene, vision care, ways to take care of your eyes more from the inside, nutrition, and regular eye examinations. Our journey today will take us in the same direction that light travels, from the outside of the eye and to the inside of the eye. And just a quick review of anatomy. Here we have the cornea, there's the iris, there's the lens, and we have the retina deep in the back where the macula lies along with the optic nerve. So, sun protection. Let's begin. Life on Earth would not be possible without the sun. Yet too much exposure to the sun can harm our eyes. Now, problems range from sunburn on the eyes that can cause thickening of skin on the eyes, cancers on the eyes, cataracts, and macular degeneration. Now, the first tip that I have for you here is to wear sunglasses, preferably polarized and wraparound sunglasses that comply with the Australian standards. Now, specifically here, we're speaking of protecting your eyes from harmful UVA and UVB. Fortunately, the ozone will filter out UVC or most of it, but as you can see here from this diagram, we're looking at ultraviolet light, therefore it's invisible light, and it's very short wavelengths of light beyond the visible light spectrum. You can see that UVA not only passes through the ozone, it passes through the cornea, passes through the lens, and reaches the back of the eye into the retina. Now, if you're like me and you wear glasses, photochromic lenses, also known as transition lenses, are a good option for protecting your eyes from UV and glare. Many of you will be familiar with the variable light tint, depending on the ambient conditions. Now, these lenses only activate when they're exposed to UV, hence they don't go dark at nighttime and they don't go very dark inside the car. A better option are polarized fit-overs that go over the top of your glasses and have added shields to protect your eyes from rays coming from above and the sides. These can also be worn by non-glasses wearers. The best option is polarized, wraparound sunglasses, either in prescription or non-prescription if you don't need glasses for walking around. These ones will give you the most comfortable fit along with the closest fit to your eyes. We consider this to be the ideal and the best option for protecting your eyes from the sun, both here at home and while you're away. Now, we do live in a digital world, and many of us use multiple devices. There is a growing body of evidence to suggest that the short wavelengths of blue light, also known as blue UV, is not just causing eye fatigue, but it's increasing our risk of retinal damage. Now, fortunately, new software allows computer and smartphone users a way to minimize their exposure to blue light, and we also have new and innovative lens coatings that filter blue light. Now, what I mean is that there are glasses that are worn to protect the eyes from blue light, just like the lenses that I'm wearing today. And here we have a diagram, again showing the eye. If we look to blue light, it is short wavelength and it sits just above UV light in the spectrum. As a result, it does penetrate the eye and it reaches the back of the eye where the macula is located. Now here's our friend Jane once again wearing her blue light lenses. You can see how the coating on the lens deflects and selectively filters blue UV from all types of digital display. And if you see a blue light lens, you can often tell because the anti-reflective coating looks a little bit blue or a little bit purple. It has a sheen across it. Let's talk about the concept of eye hygiene. Now, we commonly refer to this as the 20-20 rule to prevent digital eye strain. Now, what this simply means is that every 20 minutes, you should give your eyes a short break for 20 seconds and look 20 feet away. That's across the room, out the window. 20 feet is 6 meters. Now here we have two relevant examples of ergonomics. Essentially, the common features to both are to have the screen adjusted for comfort and at an appropriate distance. So when you're using your computer at home, make sure the screen is 1 arm's length away from your eyes, that your eye level is in line with the top of the screen so that the eyes are looking slightly down onto the monitor, feet flat on the floor, and appropriate support for your back. In the case of smartphone ergonomics, here we have our friend Jane again. She's dyed her hair this time, it's brown. And she's looking down at her smartphone device at a comfortable distance with her eyes looking slightly down onto it. Also, the font size and the browser settings have been enlarged for the comfort of her eyes. It's very important. My personal favorite topic, vision care. So this simply means making sure you're able to see clearly with an up-to-date prescription that is optimized for your vision. When Jane turned 45, she needed glasses to read. She was working in an office at the time, and she found that she was getting a sore neck and aching back because she was having to lean into the screen with her reading lenses. So she tried putting on her multifocal glasses, and she still found that she was getting tired eyes and headaches and a sore neck because she was having to move her head around to find the sweet spot in the lens, right here. When Jane finally came in to see us, she'd spent hundreds of dollars on massage and physio. We prescribed her computer glasses so that she could see the screen comfortably, clearly, and at the right distance. So having the right lens for the right job is not only looking after yourself, but looking after your eyes as well. So you can see here with the computer lens, because, well, it's like a multifocal, but it doesn't have distance, it's optimized perfectly for the computer screen. So no head movement and perfect posture. Now, even with multifocal lenses, there are vast differences. That one didn't show, sorry. With multifocals, there are vast differences in the quality of the lenses. So if anyone's wearing the conventional type of lens, you'll notice you have to move your head a lot from side to see. We have later generation lenses now called personalized progressive lenses or multifocals. And because they're customized, they offer you a wider edge-to-edge clarity with less distortion. So navigating stairs and walking around is much more clear and comfortable. So moving on, the journey continues. We'll now take a look at some of the ways of caring for your eyes from the inside. A topic which both myself and colleague Nicola are both very passionate about is nutrition, specifically eating for eye health. Now, this infographic comes from the Vision Eye Institute, showing us the top food groups for optimizing your eye health. Let's start. Here we have salmon. Salmon is rich in omega-3. It is recommended to eat salmon 3 times a week. If you're a vegetarian, take a supplement. Dark leafy greens. Examples are spinach, kale, Brussels sprouts, broccoli. These are very high in carotenoids, pigments, lutein and zeaxanthin. You should have a serving of these every day. Brightly colored vegetables, so yellow foods in particular, like pumpkin. We also have sweet potato and yellow capsicum, rich in beta-carotene, vitamin C, vitamin A. You should eat these foods 3 to 5 times a week. Brightly colored fruits, we have blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries as the example, rich in vitamin C. You should eat these foods 3 to 5 times a week. Last but not least, nuts and seeds, high in vitamin E. Examples include almonds, sunflower seeds, pecans, and walnuts. You should have a small handful of these nuts once a day. Now, I will say, for those of you taking warfarin, please note that spinach does have high levels of vitamin K. and can interact with medication. So please consult your doctor before making any major changes to your diet. Here's a photo of Jane's friend, Ida Buttrose, the spokesperson for the Macular Degeneration Foundation. Here she is sporting her latest cookbook called Eating for Eye Health. I've got it myself, it's got some great recipes. Now there are a number of supplements which you may be familiar with, and these are to promote macular health. What's common to these supplements that are available in most pharmacies is the formula. It's based on something called the AREDS2. AREDS2 was a study that showed people with macular degeneration were able to reduce their risk of progressing to the later stage of the disease by up to 26%. So say that again. People who already had some form of macular degeneration, who took the supplements, reduced their risk of getting worse by up to 26%. What's common to these supplements are vitamin C, vitamin E, zinc, copper, and again, lutein, zeaxanthin. Our practice philosophy is based on preventative eye care. Now, what that really means is we do what we can to avoid blindness. Did you know that the number one cause of preventable vision loss is not having a regular eye exam? So each of you sitting in this room today before me, you should be having your eyes tested every 12 months, and that exam must include a check of both the optic nerve and the macula. Using the latest technology, we can detect the earliest signs of eye disease, often many years before any loss of vision. Now, this is the Maestro. He's a clever little robot inside our practice that takes a scan of the back of your eye, and that not only provides us with an invaluable baseline of the health of your eyes today, but a very useful tool for detecting and monitoring the earliest signs of changes long before any loss of vision. Now, in summary, we can all take better care of our eyes. Today, we've looked at sun protection, blue light control, eye hygiene, vision care. We've also looked at nutrition for eye health and regular eye examinations. Now, our friend Jane, she's shown us that we can't just simply spot eye disease. So therefore, we mustn't wait for symptoms to arise. Please have your eyes tested and follow some of these very simple steps. We want to help you see better so that you can live better.